Welcome to Tunir Accountant, a business information processing application from Tunir Software Services. Tunir Accountant is a highly intelligent business accounting and inventory management software. It not only maintains your accounts and inventory, but maintains them intelligently. The following video would demonstrate the same. Tunir Accountant includes all the accounting and inventory management features required by any organization. Tunir Accountant's unique Magic Weight and Magic TDS make weight and TDS management very easy, quick and reliable. You virtually don't need to remember anything regarding weight calculations. The software does all these for you transparently without any user intervention. I'm sure after looking at Magic TDS and Magic Weight of Tunir Accountant, you would be amazed and agree that this is the best way to maintain weight and TDS. And why only this? After watching this video and working on Tunir Accountant, you would agree with the expression of one of our existing users who says, "This is the way software should work." This is called real automation. So let us start exploring Tunir Accountant. In this demo, I will create some basic accounts and make some entries to explore Tunir Accountant from start to finish. After installation, when you will run Tunir Accountant, it would present you with a login screen from where you can enter into the system. To show you the features of login screen, I am going to a machine where multiple users and multiple companies are already defined. Here you can enter current date or select current date from calendar. This date will be used as current date throughout the application. Here you have to enter username and here password. Without proper username and password, you are not allowed to enter into Tunir Accountant. This window shows all the companies in which user has authority to work. This portion allows you to filter out companies on the basis of accounting years, current year, all companies or companies of the particular year. Here I am logged in with default username admin and password admin. It is showing two companies in current year, International Trading Company and National Trading Company. Accounting year is 2007-2008. If I click on All Companies option, it will show all the companies defined on this machine. Two companies, International Trading Company and National Trading Company, are defined on this machine for accounting year 2007-8, 2006-7 and 2005-6. If I click on Accounting Year option and choose 2006-7, it would show companies of accounting year 2006 and 7 only. There is one more user defined on this machine. Name of that user is Harry. He has authority only in National Trading Company and not in International Trading Company. Let us log in using Harry. The password is Potter. Now you can see that International Trading Company is not being shown here because this user has authority only in National Trading Company. When I select all companies, it would show all the accounting years of National Trading Company only. International Trading Company is not at all visible to this user. If I select a particular accounting year, I'll be allowed to access only National Trading Company for that accounting year. User will not be able to log in into companies where he or she does not have any authority. Administrator has full control over what kind of rights he wants to give to the user. Without proper username and password, it will not allow you to enter into Tunir Accountant. Let us come back to the machine where we have just installed Tunir Accountant. Let me log in using the default username admin and the default password admin. As we have not created any company on this machine, there is no company in this company selection window. I'll just press OK to go inside. And you can see that as we have not opened any company, all the company related menu items and toolbar buttons are disabled. There's no company name here in the title bar. Once you are logged into Tunir Accountant, you can change your password anytime using Change Password option from Users menu. It will show you the Change Password window. Just enter your existing password, new password, and then confirm new password and press OK. Your password will be changed. For now, I'm keeping it as it is. Now to create a new company, I'll just select Add New Company option. Company name is Tunir Incorporation. Database name is Tunir. You can enter any 8-character unique name here for database name. Now I'm entering address of the company, PIN code number, phone number, fax number, and email address. I'm keeping financial year in the default directory as it is. If you want, you can change these. And now I'm pressing Create Company button and the company is created successfully. To open the recently created company, click on Open Company option in Companies menu. Alternatively, you can use this Open Company toolbar button also. To open the company, double-click on the company or select the company and press OK. Tunir Accountant will open the company and will show its name on title bar and will open a shortcut window. If you close this window, you can open it again just by pressing Ctrl+D or selecting shortcut window from the View menu. This window has buttons for frequently used features of Tunir Accountant, which are categorized in 3 groups. Add/Edit Masters, Create New Documents, and Print/View Reports. You can add Edit Masters directly from here, like Accounts, Items, Tax/Charges, Books, and City. The same way you can directly create a new document of type Receipt, Payment, Journal, Contra, Debit Note, Credit Note, Purchase, Sales, Purchase Return, and Sales Return. You can print or view these reports from here: Account Summary, Item Summary, Trial Balance, Profit and Loss, Balance Sheet, and Daybook. All these features you can access just by pressing a single key also, while this window is open. Respective hotkeys are being shown in red color. For Accounts you can press A, for Item Master you can press E, and so on. I'm just closing this and use menus and toolbars to access features of Tunir Accountant. We've just created a new company. To use the company, first of all, I'll go to the Options page and set some defaults for the company. I can open Options page by going to Company menu and selecting Options or just by pressing F11. Here I can set date range for voucher entry. Users will be allowed to add or edit documents between this given date range only. From here you can define what kind of voucher numbering scheme is required. You can have yearly, monthly, or daily document number series. In case of yearly document number series, document numbers will be reset every year, and for daily series, document numbers will be reset daily. You can also define that whether you want different document number series on transaction type basis. It means separate voucher series for receipt and payment in the same book. Bring default account and books in sales and purchase. If you select this, the default book you have set in sales and purchase will appear as default in sales and purchase transactions. So you will not have to choose the book while document entry. If you will not define this, the last used book for sales/purchase would appear as default. Here you can define up to how many number of decimal places you want to round off values in purchase. you can select whether you want narration in purchase entry or not. Same way, you can choose transporter, freight, shortage/claim, GR number and date, LR number and date, etc. The same options you can define for sales also. Allow negative. If you select this, you can make sales entries even if there's no balance of particular item. These are the transaction-related options. You can set other options as well, like general options. In general options, you can define special effect behavior of text box and combo box controls. Value can be plain or three-dimensional. You can set desktop background image from here. Click on Browse and choose your desired image. If you like greenery, you can select this kind of image and it would be set as default background image for this company. You can choose different images for different companies. If you want your company logo as default image, just open your logo image. You can select any kind of image. On Account page, you can select whether you want to integrate accounts with inventory or not. In case of integrated inventory, closing stock of items will be calculated and used in profit and loss and balance sheet. Otherwise, you will have to enter them manually using stock valuation option of inventory menu. In case of integrated inventory or manual inventory, you can set whether you want zero closing stock value of items with negative closing balance or not. On inventory page, you can set whether you want to maintain that information with items or not. If you want to maintain multiple godowns, select multiple locations and system would ask you location information during inventory-related transactions. Select whether you want the system to ask packing quantity also during sales/purchase. On print options page, you can set formats of the voucher and whether you want to print sales invoice on pre-printed paper or plain paper. So this way we can set basic options for the company. Now I will enter company's statutory information using text configuration option, which you can access by pressing F12 also. First page is sales tax page. Here I will select state and then enable weight. It is asking for weight related information. Weight dealer type is regular. Regular weight applicable from weight tin number. Allow editing of weight rates in invoice. If you select this, you will be allowed to edit weight rates during invoice entry. Allow editing of weight category in invoice. If you select this, you will be allowed to edit weight category during invoice entry. As usually these editing is not required, let these be disabled. Interstate sales tax number. Now I will enter PAN number of the company here. These are all the sales tax related information you need to enter. Now we will set up TDS related options. Just click here to enable TDS. Enter tax assessment number here. Then income tax circle/ward. Type of deductor whether government, corporate or non-corporate. Name of the person responsible for tax. Designation of the person. If you select allow entry of tax rates while voucher entry, you will be allowed to change TDS rates, which is not recommended. Now come to the nature of payment options. There are multiple predefined nature of payments for TDS. I want to ignore TDS exemption limit for all the TDS nature of payments. If you want to change this behavior, you can unselect and the TDS exception limits would be applied. If you want, you can maintain different account for different TDS nature of payment. I am keeping same account for all the nature of payments. To change, click here and a list of accounts will be shown for selection. This is all you need to do for weight and TDS. We have created company. To create new users, we will go to User Manager in Company menu. click on Add User to add new users. Enter short name for the user here. Enter full name here. Enter password and confirm password. From Task Authority page, you can define what kind of authorities you want to give to this user. You can select the company from companies list. If you will not select the company here, the company will not be visible for the user in login window. And from here, you can assign that what actions user can perform on the company. I'm selecting all. He can set company options. He can create and update masters. You can assign whether he can set options of the company or not, whether he can create /update masters or not, whether he can add /edit or delete different kind of vouchers or not, whether he can view certain reports or not, and so on. If you don't want the user to view profit and loss account, just deselect this. If you don't want the user to view trial balance, just deselect this. If you don't want the user to do bank reconciliation, just deselect this. You can assign rights on different kind of vouchers like JV. Here user is allowed to add JV, edit JV, and delete JV. The same options for payment, the same options for receipt, and same 3 options for all the remaining kind of transactions. Now I will press Save to save the user information. In future, if you want to edit these authorities, just click on Edit and update the authorities. Now we will create a new account, bank account. For that I will open account setup by pressing Ctrl plus spacebar. To create new account, click New Account button or press Alternate plus N. Name State Bank of India. Alias SBI. This is for easy access of the account. It is not required. But if you set alias for frequently used accounts, you will be able to select these accounts faster in search window. Select the basic type of the account. It is different than group. Types are few and predefined groups. You can create as many as you want. You should be familiar with all the basic types before creating a new account. I am selecting Bank. Here I will select group Cash and Bank Balances. I can select the group just by typing in Combo Control, or I can select the group from Tree View. There is no other group in this case. I will explain what other group means when we will create a customer or supplier account. Book code. This is a must for every cash and bank account. It is used for voucher number series and must be a 3-digit unique code for every cash and bank account. Now I am pressing Save Next because I have to create another account. Now I will create a supplier account. Name is Universal Trading Company, alias UTC. Type of the account is supplier. Group of the account is sundry creditors. Other group is assets, current assets, loan and advance, advance to suppliers. If this account will have debit balance, it would appear in advance to suppliers account in final reports instead of sundry creditors group. This is a unique feature of Tunir Accountant. I want to maintain balances bill by bill for this account. If the type of the account is supplier, these pages get enabled automatically. You can enter contact information here. Contact person, fax, email, phone office, mobile number, and phone residence. Enter address information here. You can maintain 2 kinds of address for an account, office address and shipping address. When you select city, first 3 digits of the PIN code comes automatically for accurate entry of PIN codes. Taxes sales and taxes purchase. These 2 pages I will explain you later. keep them as it is for now. Limits. Here you can set debit and credit limits and due days for the account. Transactions will not be allowed if these limits are exhausted. PAN, etc. Here you can maintain PAN number, TIN number, CST number, etc. of the party. You can enter any note for reference purpose if you want. In case of service provider accounts, we can enable TDS from here. For now, I'm leaving it and will explain when I will create service provider type of account. We have entered all the necessary information related to supplier kind of account. There's one more thing here. You can see here a paperclip icon. This is one of the unique and innovative features of Tunir Accountant. Click on this button and you will be able to attach any kind of document with this account. So in future, if you require any document related to this account, you will not have to search in files. Just click on this attachment button and get the information immediately on the screen. This is going to be your step ahead for a paperless office. You can attach any kind of document, may it be PDF file or Word or Excel document. You can even scan directly in Tunir Accountant. You can attach as many documents as you want. And when you will double click on the document, it would open in its associated application. I will now press Save and Next to finish creating this account. Now I will create a customer, Indian Trading Company, alias ITC. Type customer. Group would be sundry debtors. Other group would be advance from customers. And I want to maintain bill-by-bill balances for this account. Contact information, address. I'm leaving tax information as it is. PAN, etc. No TDS will be applicable. I will press Save Next. Now I will create a consultancy expense account and one service provider account to show TDS capabilities of Tunir Accountant. Name, consultancy expenses. Type is expenses. Group would be selling and administrative expenses. And save back. Now I will create a service provider account. For that I would like to create a separate group for all the service providers. I will create the group under Sundry Creditors. I will click on New Group and the name of the group would be Service Providers. See how easy it is to create a group in Tunir Accountant. It is visual and fast. Now I will create a new account under this group. Name, TechnoServe India Limited. Type is supplier and the group is service provider. As this is a service provider, I would like to enable TDS for this. To enable TDS, I will just click on Enable TDS. Now I need to select deductee type from predefined deductee types. Selecting Company Resident. I want to ignore surcharge exemption limit. If you want, you can apply surcharge exemption limits just by leaving it blank. Default nature of payment for this service provider is fees for professional or technical services. This is all you need to set up TDS for an account. Now onward, system will automatically deduct TDS on the basis of given information at the time of transactions with this account. Now I'm attaching the contract agreement I have with TechnoServe India Limited. So in future, if I need this document, I will not have to search in files. And save back. Now I will create an expense account. Name, Office Expenses, alias OE. Type expenses. And the group would be administrative expenses. As this is not a customer or supplier type of account, other group information is not required, so I'm removing this. Save back. Let us create a capital account. Name capital account. No alias. Type would be liabilities. Group would be share capital. No other group. No balance, and save next. We have created all the required accounts. Now we will create items. For that, I'll go to Master's menu and select Item Setup. Here you can create multiple groups for different kind of items for easy management. I'm creating a new group, Oil. Other group would be DOC. One more group for all the other items. In Group Oil, I will create a new item by clicking on New Item. Name, Soya Solvent Oil. Barcode key would be SSO. Type would be Finished Goods. Group would be Oil. Base measurement unit would be liter. Default purchase account would be purchase. And default sales account would be sales. In unit conversion, I can maintain multiple units for an item and define their conversion rules. If you can't find the unit required, just create new by pressing Add New Unit button on main page. I will add units for this item. I keep this item in packings of 1 liter jars, 5 liter jars, and 15 liter jars. Now I'm defining that this 5 liter jar contains 5 liters of soya refined oil. Add one more unit, that is 15 liter jar, which contains 15 liters of oil. So this is a very flexible multi-unit maintenance. You can define your own conversion between units. So stock would be automatically converted from one unit to another on the basis of given ratio. And you will be able to maintain different rates for different units. Now I'm coming to taxes, etc. Here you can define what taxes/charges would be applied on this item and how. As weight 4% is applicable on this item, I will select that from the list. At the time of sales, this is applied in percentage. Percentage value is 4. The effect, it is going to be added in the bill. It is not included in sales rate, and default account of this charge would be output weight. At the time of purchase, weight would be applied in percentage. Percentage value would be 4. It would be added, and default weight account would be input weight. Now, other information. I don't want to maintain any batch for this item. I don't want to maintain any location for this item. It would go in default location. I want to allow negative balances for this item. Stock valuation method, average cost. Market valuation method, average price. Quantity labels, reorder label, maximum label, minimum label. Once I press Save Next, I'll be allowed to add next item. Now I'm creating another item, soya refined oil, alias SRO. Type finished goods. Group is oil. Base measurement unit is liter. Purchase account, purchase. Sales account, sales. Now I will add multiple units. There's only one other than basic unit in this item, and that is 5 liter jar. Now I'm going to taxes. Adding charges. Here I will use different weight 12.5%. It is applied in percentage. There are multiple options here. You can apply in percentage, on gross amount per unit, or fixed amount per item. I am keeping the defaults. In case of purchase also, I will keep the defaults. On others page, no batch, no location, no negative balance, stock valuation on the basis of average cost, market valuation on average price, and not setting any quantity labels. Save next. Now I'm going to add one DOC item. Item name is Soya DOC. Alias is SD. Type is finished goods. Group DOC. Base unit kg. Purchase account, sales account. Multi-unit conversion. Quintal. Add one more conversion, this is ton. 1000 kg. Taxes etc. Add charges. Weight. I will select weight 20%. Effects in case of sales and purchase, I will keep defaults. On others page, average cost and average price, and save back. Now I have created 3 items with different weight rates and will use these items in sales and purchase. You can add other charges, excise, discount etc. in the same manner we have added weight. Now we have set up all the basic things in Tunir Accountant and can start making transactions. The first transaction I will make of receiving amount from capital account. For that I'll go to Transactions menu, New, and click on Receipt option. Alternatively, I can open shortcut window and from Create New Documents, click on Receipt button or press R. I'm going to use Menu for now. You can press F6 also from anywhere in the application for receipt entry. It will open a new receipt entry document. You can see New written in the title bar. Here it is asking for date of the voucher. Default date would be current system date. If you want, you can change it or select one from calendar. When I will press Tab and go to next field, it would show a list of cash and bank accounts for selection. As I'm receiving in cash, I'm selecting cash book. The book code comes automatically on the basis of chosen account. The period comes automatically on the basis of document number scheme chosen by you in options. Year is appearing. If I had chosen monthly document numbers, here month would also have been appeared, and in case of daily, day would also have been appeared. It generates voucher number automatically for you. If you want, you can even edit this. You can also enter one character suffix in the voucher number if you want to create multiple vouchers with the same number. Narration, capital invested, tab. Now I'm selecting the capital account from which I have received the money. Whenever you go into the field where you have to enter an account, this account selection window would pop up. In this window, you can search the account just by typing starting characters as I'm typing, capital. Whatever you type would appear here and cursor would go to the nearest account here. You can use this search utility in multiple ways. In this list portion, you will find list of all the available accounts. Here it shows the type of the selected account which is highlighted. The current balance of the account appears here. The group hierarchy of the account appears here. As this account is under share capital, which is under shareholders funds and which is under liabilities. Search is very fast. Even if you have thousands of accounts, you can search desired account immediately. The account appears twice if you have entered an alias for the account. Alias would be shown after the account in brackets. An account is shown after alias in brackets. In this case, you can directly type Indian Trading Company to search Indian Trading Company, or you can type ITC. Both of these entries refer to the same account. There's one more very unique feature of search. If you do not know the starting characters of the account, but you know a word which is somewhere in the company name, For example, you know that India is there somewhere in the name of the company. To search this, just start with star to find India anywhere in the company name. So first I'm typing star and then type India. It would filter out all the companies having India somewhere in the name. This is very useful when you have thousands of accounts and don't know starting characters of the account. It helps in preventing creation of multiple accounts of the same company. In this voucher, I have to select capital account. The above narration comes automatically here. I'm entering amount and now it is asking for second account. If I want, I can make multiple entries in a single voucher. You can come out of this search window by three ways. Either press escape or select desired account and press enter or tab key. There's no other way to come out of this window, and until I close this window, I will not be able to use any other portion of the application. So as I don't want any more accounts, I'm pressing tab. It would automatically come to save and print button. If you want to attach any supporting document with this voucher, you can attach from here. You can use save and next, cancel, or refresh data buttons also. I'm pressing enter to save and print. It is showing document printing dialog with document number. You can print or preview the document or cancel the operation. I'm selecting print. Before printing, it is showing the receipt voucher in standard format. Now I'm pressing escape to come out of this preview. Now it is asking for printer, on which printer I want to print the document. I can select any installed printer from here. I can set printer properties from here. I can change effects, paper size, and all the other things provided by the printer driver. I can select which pages I want to print and how many copies I want to print. I'm cancelling this. Here we have finished our first transaction entry in Tunir Accountant. Once you will be familiar with the basic user interface of Tunir Accountant, it would be very easy for you to operate it because it maintains user interface consistency throughout the application. Now I will make a purchase entry. For that I am going to Transactions menu, New and Purchase. It would open a new Purchase entry window. Purchase date I am keeping as it is. Tab. Supplier Universal Trading Company. Whenever you come across this kind of combo box in Tunir Accountant, to view all the available options, just press space bar or click on the down arrow icon. Or just start typing, it would select from available options. I am selecting Purchase Book. You can maintain multiple sales and purchase books. For that, create separate books from Books Master for different kinds of sales or purchase. The voucher number gets generated automatically. If you want, you can enter suffix here. Click or enter on this button for header details of the document. Bill number, bill date, GRN number, GRN date, and all other information if you want to enter here. I will recommend entering narration in purchase and sales vouchers. Just press OK or Ctrl plus Enter to come out of this window. Now when I go into the item selection field, it will pop up item selection window just like account selection window. I'm selecting SSO. It is showing the current stock position in base unit here. As soon as I select the item, it opens item details window. Quantity is 100 liter. Rate in liters. If you want, you can specify quantity and rate in different units. It will do the conversion automatically. The weight 4% is being calculated automatically and showing how it is calculating. Weight category and purchase account for the item comes automatically as defined in the item master. I can click on OK or press Alternate plus O or Control plus Enter to come out of this window. Now it is asking for second item. We can enter multiple items in one voucher. Second item is SRO. This item has different weight tax rate than previous item. It is just to demonstrate how you can enter items of different weight in a single purchase voucher. Quantity is 200 liter. Rate is 45 rupees per liter. Weight is calculated automatically. Now as I have finished with all the items, I will just press tab here. It would come to Save button. If I have to attach any supporting document like party's bill or challan or goods receipt note, I will scan and attach from here. So in future if I require them, I will not have to search in files. I am clicking on Save. I can use Alternate plus S also for this. Now we will make a sales entry. Transactions, new, and S for sales. Date 1407. Customer Indian Trading Company. Book. Just press S for sales book. Voucher number default. Header details. Delivery 8. Challan number. Challan date. Enter narration. And press alternate O, the underline character of the button, or press Ctrl Enter to press OK button. Tab. Now I am in serial number field. Again tab. Now it is asking for item. I am selecting SSO. The current balance, which is 100 liter, is appearing here. Tab. It is asking quantity details. Quantity 10 liters at the rate of 50 rupees per liter. I have not defined any price list yet, otherwise rates would have come automatically. Weight is being calculated automatically. Sales account and weight category comes automatically. Just press OK. The second item is SRO. I am selling 15 liters. The rate is 16 rupees per liter. Amount and weight at the rate of 12.5% is being calculated automatically. Enter. Now I am finished with item entries. The default button after item entry is Save and Print. If I have to attach any supporting document, I can attach from here. I am not attaching any document and clicking on Save and Print. It saves the document and opened Print Invoice dialog window. There are many useful options on this Print Invoice dialog box. Like how many copies of invoice you want to print, what label you want to print on the top of the invoice. If you want, you can change signed by information. You can define whether you want weight column, weight summary, weight in Word, and due date or not. There's one advanced page also, which you might not want to change frequently. Here you can enter any text you want to print as declaration on the invoice. You can enter any header information here, which will be printed on the top of the invoice, and any one-line footer text, which will be printed at the end of the invoice. If you want, you can save these details as default. You can print or preview the invoice. I am clicking on Preview. The invoice would be printed like this, as we have selected invoice on plain paper in company options. Header line is appearing here. Label weight invoice is appearing on top portion of the invoice. Buyer information is printed here. Item soya solvent oil. Weight rate 4%. Quantity, unit, rate, and amount. Total rate applicable with different rates is appearing here. At the end, invoice amount is appearing in words also. 1,533 only. Weight summary is appearing here with accessible value, weight rate, and weight amount. Weight amount in words, 133 only. Company's TIN number, company's CST number. The declaration is appearing here. The footer line is getting printed here. This is the invoice printed by Tunir accountant. I'm coming out of preview window by pressing Escape. It is asking for printer detail. I can select any installed printer. I can set properties of the printer. If you want to save all the settings of Print Invoice dialog window, click on Save as Default button, so next time you will not have to enter these things again. We are finished with the sales entry. We have created purchase and sales vouchers. Now we will see the weight reports. This is all you need to do to maintain weight in Tunir Accountant, which is just nothing if you compare with the process used by competing products. We will now go to weight computation portion and see how the computation is being generated. Here on sales page, it is showing computation for different transaction types and different weight categories for output weight. It is showing weight category, rate, assessable value, and tax amount, which was calculated automatically while invoice entry. Here at the end, it shows total output weight, total input weight, and weight refundable or weight payable. On purchase page, it shows category-wise input weight information. Same way, it shows sales return, purchase return, and weight adjustment JV information if you have entered any. If you enable show nil tax categories also, it will show tax categories with nil tax amount also. For example, the transactions which are exempted from weight. Weight return is generated on the basis of information present in weight computation. This is how it is very simple to maintain weight in Tunir Accountant. It is automatic yet transparent. You can see at every step how the information is being processed. Once you set up weight in Item Master, you don't need to remember anything while invoice entry. It automatically calculates and updates respective weight categories. Now we will generate the weight return form. Enter period for which you want to generate weight return, name and designation, place, date of return, and click on Print. This is weight form number 221 for Maharashtra. All the weight information is printed here. Computation of tax at different tax rates. The balance excess credit. This is how you can maintain weight in Tunir Accountant. Now onward, I'll keep the shortcut window open for fast access to frequently used features. Now I will deposit some money in bank, for which I will use contra voucher. To create a new contra voucher, I'll press O while I am on shortcut window. Date 1/4/2007. Cash book. Voucher number is generated automatically. Narration deposited in State Bank of India. Depositing in SBI, the narration would come automatically. Amount is 50,000. And now I will press Alternate P to save and print the voucher directly from here. I am previewing the voucher. This is how contra voucher will be printed. After preview, it is asking for printer. I don't want to print. I am finished with contra voucher. To make payment to the supplier, I will create a new payment document by pressing P on shortcut window. I am paying through SBI. The current balance of SBI is rupees 50,000. Narration, payment to Universal Trading Company. Account, Universal Trading Company. Narration in detail portion comes automatically. And as we have enabled bill by bill payment for Universal Trading Company, it will show all the pending bills of UTC. You can make part or full payment against these bills or make payment on account. By default, it would assume you want to make full payment of all the pending bills. You can change this amount if you want. To come out of this window, just press Enter in the last column of last row or press Alternate plus O. The total amount comes in amount field. Check or DD number and date. Now I will click on Save and Print. This is the standard payment voucher. We have seen how easy it is to maintain weight in Tunir Accountant. Now let us see how easy it is to maintain TDS in Tunir Accountant. Here I am making advance payment to service provider entry. P for payment, paying through SBI, voucher number generated automatically, narration, advance payment to TechnoServe India Limited, account TechnoServe. I want to pay rupees 5,000 as advance. As soon as I enter amount, it would automatically show TDS deduction window. Because we have defined in account master that we want to deduct TDS for TechnoServe India Limited. Deduction window shows all the TDS related information regarding the deductee, like deductee type, nature of payment, and TDS account for the nature of payment which we have defined in tax configuration. TDS calculation rates comes automatically. You can enable or disable editing of these rates. It is showing how much TDS, surcharge and additional surcharge is being deducted and on how much amount. You don't have to do anything, just press OK. This window is being shown just for information purpose. When you press OK, here it will insert a TDS deduction entry in the voucher with narration having details of TDS deduction. I am entering check number and date here. Now I will just click on Save and Print. This has saved the voucher and pop-up voucher printing dialog. You can also print checks from Tunir Accountant. Just click on Print Check button and select the printer on which you want to print the check. Now when we will receive the bill for consultancy services, we will enter it through JV. Practically, these transactions would not be on the same day. We are just doing this for tutorial purpose. Before journal entry, I would like to change the tax configuration for not allowing editing of tax rates while voucher entry. I have received a bill from TechnoServe India Limited and I am entering that bill into my books. Consultancy expense. Narration, consultancy charges for the month of April, 10,000 rupees. TechnoServe India Limited, credit amount would come automatically. When I enter here, it would pop up TDS deduction window and calculate the TDS. Now TDS rates are not editable. Total TDS till date is 560 rupees. Less TDS deducted till date is 280 rupees. TDS to be deducted in the voucher is 280 rupees. Once I press OK, it will generate two TDS related entries with automatic narration for deducting TDS from the bill. This is unique, automatic and transparent way of TDS deduction in the same JV where you are entering bill of the party. If you want to view TDS calculation again, just go to the supplier account row and press F2. I can attach supporting document using paperclip button. And now I will press Save and Print button. It will show the journal voucher. Now I will make remaining payment of TechnoServe. For that, I will go to already open payment voucher window and select State Bank of India from account search window. Voucher number would be generated automatically. Narration, final payment of TechnoServe India Limited. Now I am selecting TechnoServe. It is showing here that the balance of TechnoServe is 4,720 rupees credit. I want to pay all 4,720 rupees. It is showing TDS calculation. Amount of this voucher is 4,720. Total paid / payable till date 10,000 rupees and TDS applicable is 560 and TDS deducted till date is 560. So no further deduction in this voucher. You saw how clever it is in maintaining proper TDS. Check number, check date, save next, the voucher is saved. Now we will deposit the TDS which we have deducted in previous vouchers. For that, I will create a new regular payment voucher. Select Bank, Narration, Payment of TDS, you can enter whatever you like. And I will select TDS Payable Account which is showing balance 560 rupees credit and press Enter. As soon as I select TDS Payable Account in Payment Voucher, it would automatically open TDS Deposition module. It is asking for deductee type. I am selecting Company. In nature of payment, I am selecting Fees for Professional or Technical Services. Period of TDS deduction, and I have to just press Process button and it would bring how much amount I have to pay against above deductee type and nature of payment for the given period. It is necessary to create different challans for different deductee type and nature of payment combinations. So you will have to create different payment vouchers for different deductee type and nature of payment combinations. Now I will press OK and it would update payment voucher narration and amount with respective information. Your TDS payable voucher is finished. You don't have to do anything now. Just click on Save and Print. It will pop up Document Printing dialog. And as it is TDS Payment Voucher, one additional button got visible for TDS Challan Printing. You can print voucher from here. You can print check from here. And you can also print TDS Challan from here. I am clicking TDS Challan to view TDS Challan. The TDS Challan has been generated on the basis of given information. And this is how we can deposit TDS amount. There's nothing much to learn or remember for maintaining TDS. Just select some on-screen options and you are finished with TDS deductions and payments. All the calculations and processing is done by Tunir accountant automatically. You don't need to remember that for which party you have to deduct TDS. And you can view the working of Tunir accountant on the screen. It is fully transparent. Nothing is happening in background. Let us explore TDS reports. There are two TDS reports, form number 16A and eTDS export with form number 27A. For these reports, first I will have to do Challan reconciliation. I am entering Challan number here, Challan date, check and DD number, bank name, and BSR code of the bank. I am just saving these. Now I am going to TDS form number 16A. You can print form number 16A for selected parties or for all the parties from which you have deducted TDS in a given period. Period, Challan till date, place, date of issue of the form, copy type, and print. It has generated form number 16A for all the parties for the given period. When I press Escape in preview window, it asks for the printer on which I want to print this report. I am just coming out. Another report is eTDS form. It would generate eTDS form in standard format, which you should validate with NSDL's file validation utility before submitting the report. Enter date range. Place Challan date till, particulars of the deductor and particulars of the person responsible for tax deduction. Enter all these information and it would generate a text file. Default output file name is c:/tdsform26.txt, which you can change if you want. When you click on Export and Print button, it would export the data in tdsform26.txt and will generate form number 27A. Both the activities are done in a single click. Now it is showing form number 27A with all the necessary information. Escape, asking for the printer. Escape. Let us see the file generated in TDS export. I am going to use text viewer from accessories menu for this. And here is the generated text file, TDS form 26. I will click on View to view the file. You must validate this file with the file validation utility provided by NSDL before submitting. It is very important that how your business information management software presents information to you when you require it. Tunir Accountant presents your business information to you intuitively with very high degree of sophistication. Let us start exploring on-screen display capabilities of Tunir Accountant, which we call IntelliView, Intelligent Viewing of Information. For IntelliView, you can either use these buttons on shortcut window or you can go to IntelliView menu and choose from these options. I'll go to Daybook from the IntelliView menu. Daybook shows a list of all the transactions done today. If you want, you can give a period for which you want the list. In this list, you can navigate using cursor keys and tab. The current row and column remains highlighted. It has very flexible Find Data feature to find any value in the list. Just type in Find text box and press Find button. I want to find India. It would go to first occurrence of India anywhere in the row. If I click on Find Next, it will go to next record having India. Same way you can enter numeric value also in the Find box. 285, Find. 285 is here in this transaction. Find Next. This transaction also has 285. Find Next again. It is showing that it could not find any more 285. If you want to print any voucher, just select the voucher and click on Print Voucher. You can print this transaction list also. Just click on Print button. If you want to delete the voucher, select and just press Delete button. It will ask for your confirmation. If you want to edit the voucher, just press Enter or double-click anywhere in the row except account name. Just edit the voucher and this list will get refreshed immediately. There's a very interesting and innovative thing in this drill down. It not only supports drill down, it supports drill about also. You just double-click or press Enter on any account name, and it would open monthly summary of the account like this. Now I am viewing monthly summary of the capital account. The Daybook is in background now. You can work simultaneously on both the windows. If I double-click on Month row, it would show all the transactions of the month. And here in Transactions window, if I press Enter on the document number, it would open the document for editing. And if I double-click on Cash account, it would open monthly summary of the cash account. In this monthly summary window, it is showing periodic summary of the account, total debit, total credit, and running balance. In the lower portion of the window, it shows graphical representation of the same information. By default, it shows graphical representation of balance field only. If you want debits only, click on Debit page. If you want to view credits only, click on Credit page. And if you want debits, credits, and balances together, click on All page. It would show all together in different colors. It is showing 1 lakh debit, 50,000 credit and 50,000 balance here. If you double-click on April, it would show all the transactions of April. So I can view multiple on-screen displays simultaneously. Like here, I'm viewing Daybook, Capital Account and Cashbook. In Cashbook, if I double-click on the voucher, I can edit this voucher and all the windows will get refreshed automatically. I can work on multiple vouchers simultaneously. If I double-click on this contra voucher, it would open the contra voucher for editing. Now I am working simultaneously on receipt and contra voucher. I can work on multiple on-screen display windows and open a voucher or reference account from any window. Like this sales voucher from Daybook. Now I am working on sales voucher. Here receipt voucher and here contra voucher. So I can work on multiple vouchers and view multiple accounts simultaneously. Now I will create a new payment voucher by pressing F5. I will enter a cash payment voucher. Narration is office expenses. Account is office expenses. Amount is 200 rupees and save next. When I come here on Daybook window, it gets updated with the newly created voucher. And if I go to Cashbook, it also has got the transaction now. If I edit the document from here and change amount from 200 to 300 and press Save and Close, you see this list gets updated instantly. And Daybook has also been updated. I can view or add attachments to the document from here also. Just click on the attachment button. It is showing document number on the top. There is no document attached with this voucher. I will scan and attach a supporting document with this office expenses voucher. I'm clicking on Preview, so I'll be able to scan desired area only instead of the entire page. OK. Now I'm pressing Scan button. The document is scanned and attached with this voucher. The default description is a scanned Word document, which you can change with whatever you want. I'm changing it to Expense Approval Slip. If you want to view, just double-click or press Enter on it. It would open the document in associated application. Now the document is permanently attached with the voucher. Whenever in future you require to view supporting document, just click on Attachment button and you will find the document. No need to search for physical document or digital document somewhere on the computer. Now we have seen how easy and useful it is to be able to work on multiple accounts and documents simultaneously in Tunir Accountant. And all the windows get updated instantly after you add, edit or delete any voucher. I can print the document or update/view attachments directly from this on-screen display. I can also view monthly summary of related accounts from within this window only. And I can go back to previous window just by pressing Escape, or I can directly jump over to any window. It has very fast and easy to operate Find Content feature. I can change the period of the list easily. No shortcut keys to remember, just go on the dates and change them. In Tunir Accountant, you can go directly to any button or go to any field just by pressing associated underlined character with combination of alternate key. For example, to go to From in Date range, just press alternate M or alternate V to print voucher, or alternate C to close this window, or alternate P to print this list of transactions. The monthly summary supports very intuitive graphical representation of the information. There are many on-screen display options, like Account Monthly Summary. Just click on this and you will be presented with Search Account window. Search an account and press Enter to view monthly summary of the account. Daybook in IntelliView. We have already explored this. Item Monthly Summary. Click on this and it will show Item Search window. I am selecting Soya Solvent Oil and pressing Enter. Now here I can view monthly summary of item. Information presented is period, inward quantity with value, outward quantity with value, balance quantity with value. And here I can view graphical representation of above information on different pages. Balance, inward, outward and all. When I double click or enter on month row, it will show all the transactions of selected month. Document number, date, particulars, inward, outward and balance, both quantity and value. If you want, you can split this window in two parts and navigate between them very easily. This transaction window supports all the features we have seen in account transaction list window. You can add, edit, delete transactions from here. You can print voucher or add update attachments. If you want to view account of related party, you can directly view the account from here only. The next IntelliView option is Books Monthly Summary. You can select any book and view all the entries in that particular book. If you want to view all the journal entries, just select Journal Book and it will show monthly summary of Journal Book. I am clicking on April to view all the transactions of April. There's only one transaction. If I double click on this, it shows a warning message that says TDS deducted in this voucher has been deposited. It is highly recommended not to edit this voucher. You will see this kind of checks and warnings everywhere in Tunir Accountant to prevent you from making any mistake. This is how Book's monthly summary works. If you want to view Purchase Book, you can select Purchase Book and all the purchase-related transactions will be shown. Next is Transaction Type-wise Monthly Summary. If you want to view all the payments, just click here and select Payment from the list. It would show monthly summary of all the payments made. First monthly, and then if you double click or enter on month, it would show individual transaction-wise list for the month. You can view any available transaction type summary from here. After transaction type-wise summary, there are on-screen display of trial balance, profit and loss, and balance sheet. I'm closing all the active windows before viewing them. For on-screen display of trial balance, you can go to IntelliView and click on Trial Balance, or alternatively you can click this Trial Balance toolbar button. The default period would be from start of the year till current date, which you can change if you want. You can navigate using cursor keys and tab key. If you press enter or double click on any group, it would expand. If you press enter or double click on any account, it would open monthly summary of that account. If you want to expand all the groups, just click on expand all. It would expand all the groups. If you want to collapse all the groups, just click on collapse all and it would collapse all the groups. If you want to expand up to a particular level, just enter level here. It would expand all the groups up to the respective level. It shows opening debit, opening credit, transactions debit, transactions credit, closing debit and closing credit. If you want to print this trial balance, just click on print and it would print the trial balance as being shown on the screen. In case of groups, the label of that group is also being printed in front of that group. The expand collapse formatting of the report remains same as you have chosen in on-screen display. This window gets refreshed immediately if you add or edit any voucher in the system. For example, I'll enter one purchase voucher. Transaction menu, new purchase, party universal trading, narration purchase of soya DOC. Now I'm selecting item here DOC. Quantity is 10 ton. Rate is rupees 10 per kg. Weight will be calculated automatically and I am pressing save button. Here the trial balance got updated. Now I will make another transaction which is of sales. Party Indian Trading Company. Narration sales of soya DOC. Control enter. Item is DOC. Quantity is 9 ton. You can see the previously selected unit comes as default. At the rate of 15 rupees per kg. OK and save. Trial balance got updated. You can see here. If you click on sales account, you will see both the transactions are appearing here. If you want to print this transaction list, you can print from here. This is not standard ledger. It is condensed ledger. I will show during reports demo how to print standard ledger. You can even print monthly summary from here. This is how you can view the trial balance on screen and get it printed. To view on-screen display of profit and loss account, select Profit and Loss from IntelliView menu or click on Profit and Loss Account toolbar button. This is showing profit and loss account as on a particular date. You can drill down as usual from here. You can expand the groups by double-clicking or pressing enter on groups. You can use expand all groups and collapse all groups buttons just like trial balance. You can expand up to a particular level. You can print the profit and loss account by clicking print button. Same way, if you want balance sheet, just click balance sheet button on toolbar and balance sheet would appear on the screen as on a particular date. Click on print button to print it. You can navigate into this just like trial balance and profit and loss account. Now we will explore Tunir Accountant's powerful report generation capabilities. For reports, go to Reports menu. First I will explain Ledger, which you can also access from Ledger button on toolbar. It will show report printing dialog. To select the accounts for Ledger printing, just click on Select Account button. I'm selecting Universal Trading Company. List of selected account is shown here. I'm now clicking on Print Preview. You can navigate in the report using cursor keys. You can zoom in or zoom out of the report. You can use Ctrl plus up arrow and Ctrl plus down arrow also to zoom in and zoom out in text reports. This was the simplest way of viewing reports with default format. There are a whole lot of options here for customization. Just click on Report Properties button and it would expand Reports Properties window to show all the options available to set. You can choose multiple accounts and you can choose in what order those accounts would appear in the ledger. Whether they appear by order of groups, just as they appear in a tree-based trial balance, or in sequentially order by name. You can choose the sequence of documents also, whether date-wise or document number-wise. You can choose details of the information you want to print in Ledger, like header narration, allocation detail, day balance, running balance, details of all the groups. If you select this, all the groups will be printed irrespective of whether you have chosen any account under those groups or not. Other info like check, DD number, bill number, challan number, order details, etc. If you choose index of account, it will print an index of all the account at the end of the report with page numbers. It is very useful if you are printing ledger of multiple accounts and accounts are not appearing name-wise but group-wise. You can include or exclude no balance and no transaction accounts and inactive accounts. Inactive means accounts which have balances but no transactions in given period. Now we come to the layout page. Here you can set whether you want to print report name, address, amount info, print criteria, heading, report ID, etc. or not. Now I'm clicking on Preview. You can see all the information I deselected is not being shown here. You can set alignment of company name also by clicking one of these alignment buttons. Lines and formatting page. You can control the appearance of lines from here. You can select whether you want boundaries or not, vertical lines, horizontal lines and separator lines, etc. I'm just clicking on Preview and let us see the difference. You can see all the lines we have selected. Appearance of the report has completely changed. Setup page. Here you can define whether you want text printout or graphics printout. It generates the reports from text to graphics immediately. I'm selecting graphics and clicking Print Preview. Now it is showing the report in graphics format. The layout formatting you chosen before will have its effect in graphics format also. If I remove border lines and horizontal lines, it would have the same effect in graphics report. So whether you prefer printing on dot matrix printer or ledger printer, you can have same rich outputs on both kinds of printers. If you want to print the report not on a printer but to a file, just click on Print to File and enter file name. I'm entering C:\LDR.txt and clicking Print. It has sent the output to C:\LDR.txt. If I want to see the report, I will choose Text Viewer from Accessories menu and choose c:\ldr.txt. This is the text file just generated. If you again go to Ledger, the previously selected options will remain as it is until you come out of Tunir Accountant. On Include page, you can select whether you want unapproved and provisional documents also or not. You can also select multiple accounts, either click individually or click on a group. All the subgroups and accounts will get selected. And you will see them in the selected groups and accounts list. If I click on Print Preview now, multiple accounts would appear in the report. TechnoServe India Limited, then Universal Trading Company, then Input Weight, then Output Weight. If I want these accounts to appear name-wise instead of group-wise, I will just change this option and click on Print Preview. Report would come in the order of name. First Cash Book, then Indian Trading Company, then Input Weight, and so on. So there are a whole lot of options available for you to customize the report as you want. If you don't want to go into all these options, just click this button and all the options will get hidden. Now we will see books. You can print cash book, bank book, journal voucher book, and do bank reconciliation. First we will see cash book. Select the book. You can use these two shortcut buttons to select or deselect all the accounts or books in single click. Now I am clicking on Print Preview. Here the cash book is being shown in standard format. Just like Ledger, here also you will find reports properties which you can set to customize the report, like layout and graphics, /text report selection, etc. I'm clicking on graphics reports and see the same report in graphics format. If you have laser or inkjet printer, use this graphics report, or if you have .matrix printer, use text report. There are so many options you can choose to customize your reports. The report ID is a unique ID generated every time you generate a report. Print criteria shows what options you have chosen at the time of report printing. Here it is showing header narration. If you don't want header narration, just deselect header narration. It would be removed from print criteria also. So it depends on you that what you want to print in your report and what not. And the same way you can print bank books. Select the bank and click on Print Preview. Bank book also has its own options like other reports. In the same manner you can print JV books. Select the book and click on Print Preview. This is the standard JV book format. Voucher totals appear here. Now we will see Bank Reconciliation feature of Tunir Accountant, for which I am going to Reports menu, Books, and Bank Reconciliation. You can access this from Transaction menu's Bank Reconciliation option also. I have selected the bank. Now I am entering the period for which I have received a statement from the bank and balance as per bank statement. Now I am clicking on Reconcile. It will bring up all the transactions in the period specified above and unclear transactions of previous periods. There is a Find Data control. You can find any value in the transactions list from here. For example, I want to find check number having 123 in it. It will go to the first record where 123 is somewhere in the record. Click here if you want to view uncleared transactions only instead of all the transactions. You need to enter only two information here: the date on which transaction is cleared in bank and bank statement sequence number of that transaction on that particular date if there are multiple transactions in the same date. As soon as you enter any date in Cleared On field, it rearranges transaction list accordingly. So you will have it displayed just like bank statement. The sequence number is used to make it just like the bank statement. That's why we call it Virtual Bank Reconciliation. Here you can see on your screen the bank statement given by bank. If any entry is missing, you will instantly know where it is missing. Just click on Preview and you will see Bank Reconciliation statement. Documents will not appear in the order defined in your bank book, but they will appear in the order they got cleared in the bank. So virtually, it would be just like the bank statement you have received from your bank. Just reconcile your bank statement with your bank account using this method once, and you will certainly appreciate the power of virtual bank reconciliation. Save and close. Now we will view sales and purchase registers. Sales register multiple books. As we have defined only one sales book, there is only one book to select. Now I am clicking on Print Preview. Now it is showing sales book in standard format with date, document number, quantity, rate, amount, weight 4%, weight 12%, total charges, and net amount. If you want to customize this report, just click on Report Properties and a whole lot of options are available for you. General options, totals. What kind of totals you require in the book? Day summary, monthly summary, and report summaries. Here you can select charges related options. If you want, you can select to print charge account row, setup and formatting options just like other reports. If I click on graphics report, it would be generated in graphics format. If I select text, it would be shown in text format. You can print multiple sales books simultaneously if you want. In the same way, we can view purchase register. You can select purchase books. You can set report properties just like sales book and formatting options. This is how the purchase register appears. Now we will view final reports in Tunir Accountant. Final reports includes trial balance, profit and loss, and balance sheet. Trial balance. The default date range is from the start of the year till current date. If I click Print Preview, it will show just closing balance of all the accounts. Here it shows label number of the group before each group for easy understanding. If there is no group label, it means that it is an account. Properties button will open the Properties window. Select which column you want to print out of opening balance, transactions, and closing balance. I'm selecting all and clicking on Print Preview. It is showing all the columns: opening debit credit, transactions debit credit, and closing debit credit. If you don't want the trial balance with groups, just select No and click on Print Preview. Now it is showing only accounts in order of name. Even if you have thousands of accounts, it would change the format immediately. You can select whether you want to change the parent group of the accounts on the basis of closing balances. This is very useful in case of advance from customers and advance to suppliers. You can print groups only or trial balance of selected groups. You can include accounts with nil balances and no transactions at all. Just like other reports, you have all the formatting options available with trial balance also. To generate cash flow, just go to Reports menu, MIS, and Cash Flow. Here enter the date range and click on Preview. The cash flow is generated for you. This is the cash inflow page. It appears group-wise. Indication of group and account is being shown before account or group. The second page is showing cash outflow. It is showing outflow to different groups and accounts. To liabilities, this much. To expenses, this much. Total cash inflow, total cash outflow, and increase, decrease in cash. As we have no inflow in bank, just transferred funds from cash to bank, it is showing the bank in minus. To do age-wise analysis of debtors and creditors, just go to Reports menu, MIS and age-wise analysis. Enter date as on which you want the report. Enter number of days like 0 to 30, 30-40, 40-90, 90-120 and above. Specify whether you want the report on the basis of bill-by-bill adjustment or on account balances basis. Specify whether you want bill details in the reports or not. Select the accounts or groups for which you want to do this analysis. I'm selecting all the sundry creditors and sundry debtors. You can specify whether you want separate report on the basis of balances or combined report for all the accounts of debtors or creditors type. It is showing the report here. Dues receivable, suppliers with debit balance, as we have selected separate report on balance basis. Dues payable. At the end we again get dues receivable. This is for debtors with debit balance. The report has bill details also. As Tunir Accountant provides flexibility of entering voucher numbers manually also with automatic voucher numbering. You might have skipped some vouchers. You can view the continuity of vouchers via this report. This report shows in which book and transaction type you have created how many vouchers, and if you have skipped any voucher number or range of voucher numbers, those will be shown here in this report. If you have to send some letters to your parties, you will need mailing labels. Tunir Accountant has a very flexible label generating feature. You can choose whether you want to print labels for all the parties or selected parties or all the parties of selected groups. You can choose whether you want to send letters to office address or at shipping address. You can choose what information you want on your mailing labels, which includes 2. Name of the contact person, phone numbers, email address and border lines. I'm selecting all and clicking on print. It has generated the mailing labels of office addresses of all the parties. As we have created only 2 parties, there are 2 address labels only. If I want shipping addresses, I can get those by choosing shipping address. As we have entered shipping address in only one account, only one label is appearing. If I unselect some information, the label would be like this. It's amazing that some of our clients use Tunir Accountant as a mailing label printing software also, as it has very powerful visual grouping facility. If you want the log of the user's login activities, you can view that by going to User menu's Log History option. Enter date, and if you want only improper exit, select this and click on Show. It will show when a user logged in a particular company and when it's logged out of the company, and whether the user exited properly or not.